Hello guys and girls, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about room insulation. Let's go! So, this is my new studio which I built recently. I moved a couple months ago and I built all the insulation panels myself. This is gonna be a brief demonstration of what you can do with as less money as possible and to get the best quality as possible. So the voice that you're hearing now is from the stereo pair of microphones, which is placed right where I sit with my chair. I will start from an empty room without panels except the floor ones, which are already installed, and it's really hard for me to remove them. But all the panels on the sides will be removed, and I'm going to add them gradually, and you will hear the difference between no panels on the side walls and yeah, all the panels, which are I think 9 in total. And yeah, bear in mind this was the cheapest way to not soundproof, but just make the room sound nicer. It was I built my own panels and I followed a couple of guides, and this one I think is the best one, but you can do it in 1,000 ways, but basically I bought the panel, the insulation panel itself. You can use fancy panels, so you can use rock wool. I used both, both work very nice. I just think that rock wool is a little more hard to cut and makes a mess, and it's not very nice to work with, so you should be using gloves and breath protection, because that stuff it's pretty nasty. While foam panels tend to cost kind of the same. I paid exactly the same price. Yeah, they work really well. I used mostly foam insulation inside the panels, and I built a frame for the panel, and then I wrapped it with bed sheets. There are better materials out there. I couldn't find anything that was affordable but still was good looking, and so I settled with this. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, this is how it turned out. I started with the white ones, but I noticed that they were a little sad, and so I went with some color to add a little bit more interest in the room. And yeah, I think they turned out pretty nicely. Now let's hear how they sound. I will start with clap to let you hear the reverberation in the room. Then I will play a drum part with my studio monitors, and yeah, you will hear the gradually addition of panels. Let's go! So the only panels I didn't make are these ones, and just because I had them lying around from a friend. But these ones are very expensive panels. You can find them on Thomann and just search. These are not available, but similar panels. Check out how pricey they are. Yeah, but they do make a big difference just because of the sheer mess they have. Basically, what I've learned is that you need mess. The more mess you have, the better, because it will absorb the frequencies. You still have to balance, because you can end up absorbing more of the high frequencies than the bass, and that may be counterproductive, because yeah, you have less reverberation, but you may end up with more bass cancellation right where you sit, and that's gonna be bad, especially when you're mixing, and if you are getting critical with mixing. But my aim was not to build the perfect studio, and also because of price constraints. I couldn't spend as much as I wanted, and I had to build something that was movable. So when I leave this room, I can take all these panels and bring them with me, and just leave a few holes in the ceiling that I can fill. So yeah, that was the basic constraint that I have to work with. But I think it turned out pretty well, because the room sounds nice. It's not perfect, of course, but for the price, I paid almost 15 euros for panel, maybe more. But considering the whole product, so the screws, wood, the panel itself, and which was half the cost. And the bed sheets, from each single bed sheet I could stretch 2 panels. And so yeah, I think it was, for the price, it's unbeatable, because similar panels can fetch from 100 to 500 euros. And yeah, I am sure they will be better, but you will have to spend 200-250 euros per panel. I mean, it's a pretty big chunk of money. While this was a very good result for a fraction of that. So if you're interested in building something like that, I will link down below all the channels that I watched. And yeah, there is a ton of content on YouTube with this. I'm not going to show you how to make them, because I am not a great builder. Mine turned out okay, but I'm sure you can do a better job with that. But I wanted to show you the difference in sound that something this cheap can make. So I can only imagine how a good audio treatment made by professionals could transform this room. So this is it for today. Let me know in the comments if you hear any difference. I did hear them, and I hear them every day. But yeah, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!